drive a hard bargain. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To argue in a very determined way, in order to reach an agreement that benefits you. 2. To demand a lot or refuse to give too much, when you are making an agreement. 3. To be a skillful and unyielding negotiator, or dealmaker. If people drive a hard bargain, they argue with determination in order to achieve a deal, which is favorable to themselves. 5. To expect a lot in exchange for what you pay or do. Examples. 1. But what is a recession, if not an opportunity to drive a hard bargain? 2. Send Jonathan to the meeting with our suppliers, he really knows how to drive a hard bargain. 3. My wife is from the Philippines, so she knows how to drive a hard bargain. 4. We've got customers who try to drive a hard bargain, but all of our goods have set prices. 5. There is nothing wrong with China driving a hard bargain, and pursuing its interests in Africa. 6. Sal is known to drive a hard bargain, so I doubt you'll get that car for the price you want. 7. The union drives a hard bargain, when it negotiates with companies. 8. The farmer had grown used to billeting troops, and drove a hard bargain. 9. He drove a hard bargain with me, over terms of the contract. 10. It was a hard bargain, but I got the seller to agree to a discount on the furniture I was buying. 11. He had managed to drive a hard bargain, while disposing all his wares in record time. 12. The NFL has been driving a hard bargain, with the locked-out officials. Drive a wedge between someone. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To do something that makes people disagree, or start to dislike each other. 2. To cause discord between two people or things. 3. If someone drives a wedge between two people who are close, they cause ill feelings between them, in order to weaken their relationship. 4. To damage the good relationship that two people, or groups of people have. 5. To cause disagreement or anger between people, who had been friendly before. Examples. 1. A fight over their parents' estate drove a wedge between the brothers. 2. It doesn't make sense to let things, that happened in the past, drive a wedge between us now. 3. Instead of driving a wedge between lovers, a child can expand and deepen that love. 4. While pregnant with Philip, Vivian drives a wedge between Kate and Victor's relationship. 5. Aiden drives a wedge between Zach and Kendall, intending to win Kendall back. 6. One purpose was to drive a wedge between the Republican running mates. 7. However, the dishonorable plot drives a wedge between him and Gwen Hoifer. 8. They are driving a wedge between Pacoma's African American and Latino communities. 9. He, however, sees the stem cell debate driving a wedge between anti-abortion conservatives. 10. The front is driving a wedge between ethnic groups, which is very dangerous. 11. Taylor jealously and unsuccessfully tries to drive a wedge between Nolan and Nakira. 12. Michael and Kiki's short-lived romance drives a wedge between the two brothers. Drive someone up the wall. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To annoy or frustrate one to the point of exasperation. 2. To really anger, bother, irritate or annoy someone. 3. To annoy someone by doing something. 4. If you say that something, or someone is driving up the wall, you are emphasizing that they annoy and irritate you. 5. To make someone extremely angry. Examples. 1. His tuneless singing and drumming on the table drives me up the wall. 2. Please don't play your music so loud, you know that drives your father up the wall. 3. My secretary pops her chewing gum loudly all day long, and it absolutely drives me up the wall. 4. Doesn't your girlfriend drive you up the wall, speaking in that baby voice all the time? 5. I know that rash is driving you up the wall, but if you keep scratching it, it will never heal. 6. My daughter and her friends giggle all the time, and it drives us up the wall. 7. How can you travel for business every weekend? That would drive me up the wall. 8. My parents drive my wife up the wall, so we don't visit them very often. 9. This stagnant traffic and constant honking is driving me up the wall. 10. This question is driving me up the wall. Try as I may, I cannot find the right answer. 11. He quit his job because his boss's constant criticism was driving him up the wall. 12. The pointless discussion about which religion is better nearly drove me up the wall. Fall in love. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To have or develop very strong feelings of love for someone. 2. Start feeling love towards somebody. 3. To be very attracted to someone, and begin to love them. 4. To begin to feel romantic love for someone. 5. If you fall in love with someone, you start to be in love with them. Examples. 1. During these years in stamps, I met and fell in love with William Shakespeare. 2. In a story he would make Percy Battle fall in love with her, whether he was married or not. 3. He said my dad told him he'd never even imagined the two of them falling in love. 4. Everyone loves a cute puppy, and it's easy to fall in love with the first one you see. 5. There is nothing on this planet that will make him fall in love with someone like you. 6. If Gabriel didn't fall in love with Deidre in 3 days, he would be betrayed once more. 7. He may be so scrawny and unattractive as a pup, that you have to fall in love with him. 8. They immediately fall in love, and Alabama confesses her slightly murky past to him. 9. But Milkman had no need to see her face, he had already fallen in love with her behind. 10. They must have gone to a party, and while the DJ was spinning records, they fell in love. 11. You made the one who can stop you fall in love with you instead, her father said. 12. Was that why Bordeaux declare his love so easily, fall in love so quickly? Fall on one's sword. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To accept the responsibility, or blame for a problem or mistake. Likened to the former practice of a soldier, using his sword to take his own life for such a misdeed. 2. To resign from one's position as a result of failure, wrongdoing, etc. 3. If you fall on your sword, you take responsibility for, or accept the consequences of an unsuccessful, or wrong action. 4. If someone falls on their sword, they resign or accept the consequences of some wrongdoing. Examples. 1. He converted his fury upon himself, and fell upon his own sword. 2. So, because I lost the contract, I am supposed to fall on my sword or something? 3. The CEO fell on his sword, when widespread corruption in the company was exposed. 4. The organizer of the referendum resigned, when the poor results were announced. It was said that he fell on his sword. 5. Rather than trying to deflect blame to her subordinates, the boss fell on her sword and admitted the fiasco was her idea. 6. The major problem of which one of us would fall on the sword, and run the bookstore was solved. 7. It's widely expected, moreover, that Jamestown associates will fall on the sword for the misstep. 8. I just think he didn't think it was worth falling on the sword. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel, for more videos.